Highway 191 north of Bluff, and it's 24 miles to the next town of Blanding. And traffic is light and the shoulders are generous. The temperatures probably in the low 30s right now. Really nice for touring. The land is arid. It is a desert, and it's pretty flat all the way around in this section. Ahead of me you can see on the horizon some mountains, some snow-covered mountains. That and I can't remember the name of the mountains. The mountains are in the Monticello National Forest, and I'm headed to the base of those mountains today to disperse camp in the National Forest. While I was at Sand Island, I spoke to a BLM ranger, and he said that I should be careful because there's already been reports of bears because of the mild winter we've had, coming out of hibernation earlier than average. So I'll hang my food when I get there, and which shouldn't be too long. I'm about 12 miles south of Blanding and probably 30 miles south of Monticello. So I'm in Blanding, Utah. Blanding is a medium-sized town. It has a grocery store, a laundromat, a couple hotels. Here's the Center Street Cafe, a little diner. There's a couple little diners in town. There's a Subway and a dollar store. Today I'm 75 miles from Moab, but about 30 miles from the town of Monticello, Utah. And I'm going to be traveling on Highway 191, headed north. The road has been real good. The shoulders have been consistent, 3 to 6 foot. And let's go. So yesterday I pointed out these mountains here at the Monticello National Forest, and overnight I looked on the internet. This is a Bajo Peak at 11,600, and that is Linus Mountain at just over 9,000. Okay, so right here is Recapture Reservoir, and the road itself is over Recapture Dam. Mount Abajo is right there, and you'll see there's dirt roads that run all through here. This is the Recapture National Recreation Area, so you can camp anywhere in these thickets of juniper. This is about 3 miles north of the town of Blanding. Okay, so about 10 or 15 miles to the north of Blanding, Utah. You can see I'm pretty close. I'm just skirting the eastern flank of a Bajo Peak. And I've just come across this sign that says, "Caution, electrified wildlife barrier. Barefoot pedestrians and those with animals must use this gate." And they're talking about this thing right here across the road. I had no idea that's electrified, and there's no sign warning you. I guess it's safe for bicycles because I just rode across it with no problem. But I'm like, what the heck? Anyway, I'm right here at the top of this hump that you go over at 7,200 feet. And now it's basically a downhill slide into Monticello and Moab, which is probably 60 miles to the north. So I'm now in the Monticello National Forest. Devil's Canyon Campground is a half a mile from here, but I looked online at the National Forest Service website, and Devil's Canyon Campground doesn't open until April. Okay, so that's the service road right there. It's road number, I think it's 005. That road runs up to the campground just right here, but it also continues on up to Mount Abajo. Speaking of mountains, out this way you can see some mountains in Colorado, probably 40 miles or 50 miles out, and you get a good view from up here at 7,200 feet. Probably the Four Corners region is right back that way, so those big mountains might be in New Mexico. Okay, look at here. There's Ponderosa pines are back now that I'm at a higher altitude. But let me tell you, to get up here, there's a couple of climbs. Okay, so I'm in the town of Monticello. And Monticello has a dollar store, and right there at the corner is Blue Mountain Foods. It's a grocery store. There's a couple of hotels, Subway restaurant, a couple other small diner, cafe type restaurants. Monticello also has what is kind of uncommon here in Utah, and that's a state-run liquor store. Closed on Sundays and Tuesdays. They're kind of rare around here. I don't even think there's one in Moab. I might be mistaken about that. Convenience store, Maverick, a couple other little things. It's not a very big town, but it sits at 7,000 feet. And right here is the western flank of these mountains you can see that I've been looking at for the last 2 days. So it sits up high and it's kind of cool. 30 degrees right now with increasing cloud cover. Headed north today to the town of Moab, Utah on Utah Highway 191. Okay, so probably just a couple miles, like 5 or 6 miles north of Monticello on Highway 191. Good shoulders. Monticello is at 7,000 feet, and if you look at the mountains right here, that's the La Salle Mountains, and we're to the south of them, so you're looking at the south face of it. Moab sits right about here on the northwestern flank, just on the other side of that hump. But I'm about to drop about close to probably 1,500 feet. I can see the highway way down here. So I'm about 50 miles from Moab, and I'm gonna drop down to 4,000 feet, which is what Moab's elevation is. I just want to point something out here. This is the northbound lanes, and the shoulders are about 5 foot. This is the southbound lanes, and the shoulders are about 2 foot, 2.5 foot. So that makes a difference if you're traveling south. The shoulders are a lot less wide. From Moab, and Moab is the town that's closest to Arches National Park, and here 20 miles south is the first of the roadside arches. This is Wilson Arch. Just a couple of miles to the south of Moab, and look at these huge rock walls and this gate that runs out into the desert by the Bureau of Land Management. Wouldn't that be an interesting day or two out there?